Hey everybody, this is Ralph Amello with the Ron Sawyer Team in RE/MAX Prime. And today's topic we're going to be discussing is 3 tips to help buyers compete in the market. So 3 tips that I would recommend buyers utilize in our current market are seller rent back, guaranteed money for the seller from the buyer, and paying the seller's closing costs. Very interesting tips. So a little bit about all of them, but not too much. Seller rent back, typically buyer buys a house, wants seller rent back. Lots of stuff goes into the end of that part and trying to figure it all out. But there is a fact there that a lot of sellers now are liking being able to put the money in their pocket and then being able to go buy their next house without being kicked out of their house with what we call a weekend move. So you give them a little bit of time. We can definitely help with all of the ironing out the details of that. The other one is guaranteed money in the offer. So a lot of sellers right now, and a lot of agents, thank you very much, are trying to push price. So we're trying, to get the most dollars for the sellers. And with a lot of the comps that are selling right now, it's kind of the wild, wild west. You see one, you might get 10 grand more on the one than you just saw in the same neighborhood. So it's making it very difficult for pricing. So what some buyers are doing are saying, hey, whatever that appraisal comes in at, we're going to guarantee this over value or this number or whatever the case may be. Again, some intricacies to how the details work, but that's another great thing to make your offer stand out versus the other 10 offers that the seller has in hand right now. The last thing that I would say for a good tip is pay some of the seller's closing costs. I know some of you all remember from a few years back, or maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years now, when sellers were paying closing costs. Be a little nice, have the buyer pay a little bit of the seller's closing costs. That really makes you stand out because most people don't do that. Again, kind of weird how to put it in the offer, but we've done it, so we know how to do it, and we can definitely guide you through it. So the 3 tips to help buyers compete in the current market: number 1, seller rent back; number 2, buyer guaranteed money to the seller, a couple different ways to make that work; and the buyer paying the seller's closing costs. Again, Ralph Amello with the Ron Sawyer Team RE/MAX Prime. I'll see you next time.